Welcome to The Lock Shop with Nielson and Hustler.
All right, it's 11:02. Thank you very much for listening. If you're on TuneIn or iHeart or at EdmontonSportsTalk.com, please tell your friends how easy it is to consume the EST content every single day right here. All presented to you by our partners over at Play Alberta. We got two guys and a goalie still to come today for GS Construction. That'll be myself and Gager today. I think Cass is not available today. And then we'll have EST Afternoons with her and Gager from 1 to 3. And the Smash Hit Rudy Wilkins Show from 3 until 6. A little bit later on today. Lots of reaction to the Edmonton Oilers, and obviously their struggles continuing last night against the Calgary Flames. We won't spend a ton of time on that on the Lock Shop today, but I'm sure we'll dabble in both the Jets and the Oilers, who both came up empty last night. We'll get into that. Huss is going to join us as well. You can go to playalberta.ca. If you're watching on YouTube today, hammer the thumbs up for us. That would be great. You can hop on over to playalberta.ca, click on EST specials and see everything that we've got on the go already. I had a couple of things that got thrown up during the in between shows today. We got the early bird bet up, Tampa Bay Lightning to win, Sabres and Lakers all to win at plus 360 NBA trade deadline going down this afternoon. There's been quite a few moves that many of you don't care about that have already been made here in the last 48 hours. And then yesterday we couldn't get our play up, so I went with this one I found, and we'll dive into some of these player specials a little bit more on the Lock Shop today. But JSN, Smith Najigba, to have 5 or more receiving yards in each quarter. I don't hate that. I mean, Sam Darnold, this is a massive game. Who's he going to rely upon the most? His guy, JSN. 5 receiving yards in each quarter. It's plus one. It was plus 140 something. I got it boosted to plus 165. Nan, so does that not seem reasonable? JSN, 5 yards in each quarter?
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of bringing I don't know, like something printed out to keep track of all my bets.
You probably should.
On Super Bowl late day, because I don't want to be reopening the app all the time and looking and clicking. I want to have it all written down so I can just follow along and check it off.
Yeah, because you got to always log in, and it's kind of a pain in the ass. And
well, yeah, that's right. You didn't want to have to log in and then you just keep refreshing. And so I think I'm just going to cut and paste them all.
And you should, because then that way I can look at it and be like, Dusty, you hit.
Exactly. Yeah. Maybe I even put it on a big board.
Because you're a chatty cat in social settings, so you might be a little.
So you could, other people could keep me in the loop and be like, Dusty, we just cashed the JSN. Yeah. He had a 7-yard catch to kick off the fourth quarter.
You have a staff for you.
A full betting staff.
Yeah.
That's the dream.
Like, Dusty, you're going to lose this one. Do you want to jump on it,
Should we follow up with something else?
Yeah.
That's a good idea. I should have 3 people there just betting. Just betting for me that day.
Just on their laptops.
Yeah, that's a good one. Big Uke says, I will have everything written on pages for me. Yeah, maybe like a little Super Bowl sports betting notebook. Or maybe like a little book, people would keep track of.
Yeah.
Well, probably how bookies used to do it back in the day.
Back in the day, buddy.
Maybe that's what we come up with. I could see it. We've got 7 different Super Bowl plays on there. And then, as I mentioned, that Tampa Bay Lightning, Sabres, Lakers, all to win on the money line, plus 360.
Can I ask you a question?
Sure thing, buddy.
It's like NHL, though.
Oh, yeah, that's fine.
Okay. Just because I missed your Panarin stuff on the morning show.
Yeah.
I asked Gager, is this enough for the LA Kings to possibly beat the Oilers?
If you asked Gager this already? Yeah. I'm going to re-ask it to him anyway. I mean, my natural instinct says no. But, I mean, can I answer maybe?
Sure.
I don't think it's an automatic yes, but I also don't think it's an automatic no. You could, and I know Panarin hasn't lit it up in the playoffs before, but the Oilers are not as good as they were the last couple of years.
No.
If you're in a close game and you have a game breaker like Panarin that can make a little bit of a difference for you, that's why I say maybe. If he was a bit more of a playoff killer, I think I'd probably answer yes.
Well, the talking point was they were one clear away from going up 3-0 on the Oilers last year.
So close.
Yeah. Does Panarin take a little bit of the pressure off Fiala and Kempe?
Well, yes. The answer to that is yes.
Yeah. I just feel like it's just the way we are here in this market that it's like we're downplaying it. Like, oh, he sucks. He doesn't suck. Like, he's a good player. Almost called you Joaquin. He's a good player, Dusty. I think we got to give Kent, and he only wanted to go to LA, so no one wants to give Ken Holland credit. But you still have to make the deal happen, though, Dusty.
Still got to pull the trigger on it.
Yeah.
I thought it was a nice piece of work by Kenny Holland. I know some people in the city probably don't want to admit that, but you got Panarin for the next 2 years for a guy that might play or might not, and a third-round pick, and you got him to retain a bunch this year.
That third year could be a wash. Like, hey, someone will take him for a year. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's not a big deal. So
no, I thought he did pretty well. So yeah, that's well, we'll see. We'll get Huss's thoughts on the trade as well. What do you guys got coming up on EST afternoons today? What's the plan?
Well, we're gonna break down Leon's comments.
Yeah, you got some highlights,
word
lowlights?
by word though. Like we're not leaving any
that makes sense.
stone unturned. Highlights, lowlights.
Yeah. Leon did say lollygagging.
I love that.
That was great, right?
That was great.
Nobody uses lollygagging anymore.
Red Light District.
Okay.
And we're going to New England. We got a Pats guest.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So
see if the Pats can keep it within 4.5 on Sunday. Hernan Salas, everybody. He'll probably hear him maybe to kick off 2 guys today as well, and then he'll be on with Gager EST afternoons from 1 until 3. Look at Northside Sandwich. Says screenshot your pending bets and then plug it into ChatGPT, and it'll make a nice little checklist for you that you can take to your Super Bowl party. That makes sense. I mean, I don't hate that idea. I'm starting to learn, like a laptop. You got this. Have you used Copilot? Oh, you have a Mac, don't you?
yeah.
Like for my laptop, we've got like this Copilot app, and it's like a ChatGPT, but like right on your computer. Really? I've started to use it a little bit. It's actually kind of cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got to use AI more.
Yeah. I mean, I use it for obviously sometimes good, sometimes bad songs. But I think there's a lot of other purposes for it that I got to probably dive into a little bit. All right, let's bring in Huss from WST. Joins us on the Log Shop every single day. Huss, what's up, my man? How you doing?
Just happy to be at the damn Olympic break and be done with this hockey team for a month.
Hey, that's 2 of us. That's how it is here right now, too, man. Like, let's start with the Jets. I mean, I watched the first part of the game, caught part of it at Hudson's before, and then I obviously watched the end of it. We had a little pre-Mexico gathering at Boston Pizza last night, watching Oilers and Flames. So I did watch a little bit of that Jets Habs game, but you were probably there. What went wrong?
Oh, I was there. Well, they came out like they were shot out of a cannon, got the first goal, probably could have been 4 or 5-0 for the Jets by the 10-minute mark of the first period. And then Montreal woke up and got back into the game. And then the second and third period, the Jets were just ass. And they gave up 2 goals in like a minute 15. Now, and I'm going to probably lose my mind on this on WST today, so I'll try not to reset this. But we all know that, when you're playing, if you're in Western Canada, when you're playing the Leafs or you're playing the Habs, there's going to be a large contingent of those other fans.
Yep.
Now, strangely enough, and I don't know whether this is the same at Edmonton, but like the Leafs contingent has been really consistent through. I mean, listen, this team has never won anything. They walk around as if they're like 5-time defending Stanley Cup champs. And that's just the way the Leaf fans are. They're just generally delusional. The Habs fans, like early on in the 2.0 era, if the Jets were playing the Habs, there would be like 40% Habs fans. I mean, that's just the way that it went. Now, the Habs have been, up until last year, a joke of a team for, 3 or 4 years? So it kind of, it went down a little bit. Like there was some people in jerseys, but it was nothing like it was earlier now. Well, this year, it was the perfect storm. The Habs have one of the most exciting young teams in the league. They're rolling. They're going to the playoffs. And at the same point, the Winnipeg Jets are the most disappointing team in the league. So when a game turns the way that it did last night, no doubt the Habs fans are going to get going. No doubt they're going to be loud. And no doubt a lot of Jet fans are going to be like, F this, I'm out of here. So by the third period, when, and it was hilarious, they pulled the goalie for the last 6 minutes of the game. million shots, couldn't score. I mean, Montembeault, I don't know how this team makes terrible goalies look amazing, game after game after game. But they had like 40 shots. They couldn't even score at the end. They had a power play on the 6-on-4. But anyway, so they're ole-oleing, and, they're just trying to crank the music to get it down. Like, it was if you're a Jet fan, it was a miserable, miserable final stretch to the game. And then Arniel is asked about it after the game. And he says something like, well, it was, I don't know if you've seen the quote, Connor tweeted it out, but, it was really, really disappointing. That was the worst I've seen in the 4 years I've been here. It were comments that were so lacking self-awareness. Like, why that was the case, Scott? I hate to tell you, is because your team got steamrolled by a young, exciting team. You stood around, got it taken to you, and gave the home team absolutely nothing to cheer for. So no kidding, that would be the case. And I would suggest that the percentage of Habs fans in the building would have been much less if this team wasn't the disappointment that they were this year. So, I mean, I don't know. Like, I'm a big Arnie guy.
I was going to say, are the Jets faithful starting to turn on him?
Well, it wasn't like the Jet fans were booing them or anything like that. They were just like, I'm done. Like, and that's the one thing. Like, there's never been a jersey thrown on the ice in Winnipeg. Like, we don't do that here. But at a certain point, when you're surrounded by a bunch of Habs fans, your team's getting your ass kicked. I don't blame people for taking off. Now, we didn't. We were there right till the end, but it was it was in a lot of ways, it was an agonizing evening that in a lot of ways summed up the first 58 games or whatever the hell they played so far this year. So if anybody was crazy enough to think that this team still had a big run in them and we're going to make up the 9 points, well, guess what? They're 11 out of a wild card. It's over. They'll probably be likely finish in the bottom 6 of the league. Hopefully can get a little bit of draft lottery luck and, just flush this freaking season and move on to next year. So that was a bit of a wrap of the end of the first half plus going into this Olympic break. And as I say, you know what, if you were going to have a terrible turd of a season like Winnipeg is having this year, I think this is the great year to do it, because we at least have this break for a month. We can all dive in on the Olympic team, come back. It's 5 games until the trade deadline. Yeah. And then this team needs to move out a bunch of these guys that have been cashing checks, doing nothing this year, get some of the young guys in. Hopefully they can get some of the draft capital back for some of the brutal trades that they've made in the last couple of years chasing this thing. Like Luke Shen. I mean, they gave up a 2nd and a 4th round pick for Luke Shen this year. He has been nothing but a liability 95% of the time he's been on the ice since he's been on the Winnipeg Jets. And that 2nd round pick they gave Pittsburgh could be in the 30s this year because of where they're finishing. So Chevy's got a lot of work to do, and there's a lot of cranky Winnipeg Jet fans.
We got some post-game quotes of our own that we were dealing with here after last night. Did you see Leon? Do you see what Leon Draisaitl said yesterday?
I did actually check that. He was not too impressed. Now, I couldn't tell whether he was just being the the good soldier and sort of laying it on his team and then saying, yeah, the guys need to make saves. I don't know whether everyone was bad or whether it was just the goaltending again.
No, it's everybody. Like, it's been everybody for a while, man. Like, they've given up 34 goals over their last 7 games, which is not good. Leon said that he seemed like exasperated last. Like he was like short of breath. He's short of answers. Well, he had a lot of answers, but it looked like he was going to try to hold back a little bit. And then he sort of just was like, no, let's just say a few things. And he talked about it. He said, it starts, everybody's got to play better defense. But then he went on to add that, there are some saves that the goalies probably should need to be making. Threw it on the coaches a little bit. Said everybody needs to be better, and that starts with coaching. We're not going to win anything with just 4 or 5 guys going every night, which was I thought was interesting. It was actually a real breath of fresh air, man. Like, Knobloch is a guy that never gives you anything emotionally post-game for 2.5 years. Like, even after Stanley Cup final games, same sort of robotic, monotone answers. And I think
complete flatliner.
Yeah, like literally nothing. And I think some people have sort of been waiting for him to maybe come out and call out a few things, but he never, ever does that. Leon finally sort of just had enough last night and let it go. And, you're heading into a break. And, he said when they come back, it's time to get going. And look, that was they've been such a weird team this year. That was their first 3-game losing streak since October, but they only have one 3-game winning streak the entire season as well, right? So you can look at the goaltending, but they've gone through this stretch where prior to last night, they had allowed 30 goals in 6 games with Jari and Ingram. And then earlier in the season, they had a stretch of 6 games where they allowed 30 goals, and it was Skinner and Pickard. So, I mean, at some point, you got to look at the way you play defense as a team. And you can look at defensive personnel if you want. Somebody made a good point today, and I think, it's valid. Like, they are paying $7 million to Wallman, over $9 million to Nurse, and over $10 million to Bouchard. And not one of them would you say is good in his own end defensively, which is that's 20. It's $26 million to 3 defensemen that don't play defense. So, or can't play defense or are unwilling to play defense. So, I mean, that's a bit of a concern as well. And then you have the whole thing about, you're probably not going to beat whoever comes out of the Central. So should you actually go out and try to make some significant moves prior to the deadline? And I think a lot of people will be like, maybe not. Like, maybe save your cap space for the offseason. Maybe save some assets for the offseason. But then you also sit here and go, well, as of right now, you have 3 playoffs left with Connor McDavid. So why would you not always be all in and be trying to do everything you possibly can, right? So it's just a really weird spot. I mean, they've given us a ton to talk about on all of our shows for the next couple of weeks. And then, like you said, you come back, you start playing games again, and then bam, the trade deadline's right there. So it's going to be a whirlwind after the Olympics heading up to the deadline, man. I think it's going to time out nicely. I think it should be a lot of fun. There should be a lot of stuff to talk about.
Have you checked out, I'm sure the Oilers schedule is probably similar to the Jets. Have you checked out the March schedule?
Well, it's like they're almost playing every single day, man.
Dude, it is absolutely nuts. I'm just looking at Winnipeg's schedule here, and I'm sure the Oilers are basically similar. But they go 3 games on the road at the end of February. And there's only a day off in between each game. 1 travel day. Come back at home and then play every second day. There's 1 extra day off on the 9th of March. And then starting on the 10th, every second day, every Tuesday and Thursday, and every Saturday and Sunday. So basically game, day off, back to back, day off, game, day off, back to back, game, day off, back to back. I've never seen anything like it.
I'm looking at the Oilers right now, and they come back, and I have to tell you, the Oilers after Christmas, the Oilers after All-Star breaks, the Oilers at the beginning of seasons, they're perennially slow starters. And when they come back from the Olympics, they go on a 3-team road trip to Anaheim, Los Angeles, and San Jose. 3 teams that are just a little bit behind them. And if they come out of the gate, hot, they lock up first or second in the division, take 6 points from those 3 teams. But if they come out like they usually come out and get 1, maybe 2 points, all of a sudden you're in the thick of it, fighting with these teams for second, third, and maybe one of the wild card spots. And then in March, it's not as bad as the one that you just laid out in Winnipeg, because they have March 1st and 2nd off, playing the 3rd. Then they have 2 more days off, playing the 6th. And then later in the month, they have two groups of 2 days off as well. And they only actually have 1 back-to-back the entire month of March. So it's not as troublesome as the Jets.
At this point, I wish that they'd had 5, never mind 5 games to the trade deadline, 5 games to the end of the season. Move on.
Hey, maybe you got your trip to the draft though for you this year. Hey, Huss.
Yeah.
Top 10 pick. You got to be there for WST.
Do we know where the draft is going to be?
Man, I feel like we should already know where it is. Have they not announced that yet? Is it in Buffalo? No, it's not in Buffalo again. They're in Buffalo.
If it's Buffalo, I'd go for sure.
Yeah. I don't know. Somebody tell us where the 2026 NHL draft is.
The NHL draft. Oh, it is in Buffalo.
Oh, okay. I was right. It is Buffalo. Yeah.
Man, Buffalo was I'm trying to think of what year that was. Probably like 25, maybe 2016. Was that the Line A draft when they were there?
No, I thought wasn't Buffalo the McDavid draft and they took Eichel second? Or am I wrong on my years here?
I can't remember. All I remember is that the Jets had recently traded Evander Kane, and then we woke up on the day of the draft, and Kane had been arrested in that bar. I'll always remember what it was called.
It was the 16 draft, Huss. You're right.
Yeah. Evander arrested late night at Bottoms Up in downtown Buffalo, just as his team is ready to host the National Hockey League. The other crazy thing about that draft, do you remember?
I was there. I was at that one.
Yeah, there was that. We had the hotel, and there was that sort of highway like right in front of us, and you crossed it into that park. And I remember going outside, and the most random thing of all time, Public Enemy was playing in the park.
Like just on this, like not technically on the street, but right there in the park. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. You just walk. I'm like, wait a second, is that Public Enemy? I walk over to Chuck E and Flavor Flav. I'm like, this is the most bizarre thing. And it was not connected to the NHL draft at all. I mean, if the NHL was getting musical guests and entertainment, I figured Public Enemy would probably not be toward the top of their list. I absolutely loved it, though. We had an awesome time.
Were you not sitting next to me when they drafted Jesse Puljujarvi?
Yes.
Yes, that was that draft. That was it. We were sitting there when Columbus passed on him, and I was like, oh, my God, they're going to get Jesse Puljujarvi. That was the beginning of the love affair.
I'm sitting there waiting for Patrick Laine. I'll always remember this, Dusty. This is a lock shop, a key lock shop moment. I'm waiting for Laine to come to us, and we're going to be the first guys to interview him. And the Columbus Blue Jackets go up to take Puljujarvi, and they go, Jarmo Kekalainen, Columbus Blue Jackets, proud to select from the Quebec Junior League, Pierre-Luc Dubois. And I remember looking over to you. You were right beside me, and your eyes were like, oh, my God. And then that was the moment that the love affair with Jesse Puljujarvi.
That was a stunner, man. Those three guys were supposed to go 1, 2, 3. Matthews, Laine, Jesse Puljujarvi. And obviously, Kekalainen had some other ideas, and then the Oilers ended up changing their plans because they didn't expect Jesse Puljujarvi to be there. And, well, the rest is history right now, and he's playing in Switzerland.
This is going to be another one of these Zoom drafts, though, for the most part, right?
Yeah. Well, remember the last one was so awkward. I thought they thought about going back to the old format, but I think this year is still going to be the same way.
Like, I just think, like, is it worth, like, the cool thing about going to the draft is that it's
the
like
floor and stuff. Yeah.
Convention every year, you've got everybody there, and you're meeting with, I mean, for what we do, it's incredible to meet people and get connections with people to come on and talk, NHL with you on the shows. But I didn't really talk to too many people that were there last year for it. But it really just seemed like it was a handful of players.
Yeah.
And then
some awkward video calls.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was not good. Hey, let's stick with the NHL. We still have games tonight in the National Hockey League. So what else you got? Oh, Panarin? You want to hit Panarin?
Well, before we move off of draft.
Yeah.
What about McKenna stuff?
Yeah.
Speaking of draft.
Yeah. I mean,
I have a theory on this.
Okay. But did you hear why he punched the guy?
Well, okay, this business about his mom?
They said he was talking trash to his mom.
Okay, hold on. Okay, do you know who reported that?
No, who did report that? Wasn't it on like a text? Oh, okay.
So, now listen, it has been put out there quite a bit, but I've yet to hear any, an Elliot Friedman, or I've yet to hear anybody of repute to actually say this story. Now, as I say, it could be true, but I'm here to tell you one thing. If my client just got arrested for knocking a guy out in a bar at 18 and breaking his jaw, what would be the best case scenario to justify this? Well, maybe let's say he was with his mother and this guy wouldn't leave them alone and was calling his mother a bleep.
Like, that's the one thing everybody would be like, oh, I defend my mom too. You know, that type of thing.
I'm telling you right now, if that story is true, this is a huge boon for his draft stock.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, he's number one with the bullet.
Yeah.
Not afraid to mix it up, all that. Like, literally, legitimately, it is good. But then I start thinking, well, okay, this sounds like something that was concocted from an agent or things like that. So, I mean, until we really get the details, like, I don't. And by the way, here's the other thing: he is 18. You're telling me that him and his mom were in a bar when his mom gave him fake ID? Or was it an Applebee's lounge?
It could have been a lounge. Yeah, you're right. I mean, that's a good point. Like, what type of establishment was it? Yeah.
But I'm telling you right now, if there's any truth to the story that he was basically defending his mom, McKenna, lock it in, number one. I know people are horny for Axel Stenberg or whatever his name is, and Verhoeven. I mean, basically, I think the big question about McKenna, like, he's got this all-world skill, you know. Can he handle the rough and tough?
The question is like, is he really, does he have any sort of physical element to his game, right? Yeah.
So I'm telling you right now, this is actually good for him. I mean, whatever. I know, like, it sounds serious. Felony charges. There's a bunch of other things.
Matt Kamala's already tweeted, like, he's not going to jail. Like, no, this is all going to get sorted out, right? So
he's going to be making millions of dollars. He'll probably be a civil thing. He'll have to pay some damages and, for the guy's medical bills, and he probably has to do some community service. I believe they said that the thing that might be the most problematic is a work visa. That being said, he's going to get picked by the Jets or Calgary or Vancouver anyway, so he'll be playing for a Canadian team.
All right.
Like, what do you think? I mean, like, when you heard that, what was your?
Well,
like,
I know it was.
At the start.
It was a team event after their big outdoor game, right? So I'm assuming family would be there. So I kind of bought into the story. Like, I'm trying.
Well, it's true then.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of. I'm not an overly aggressive in public type of person, and if somebody talks shit to my mom, she would handle it herself anyway. She's probably tougher than I am. So I don't know what. I mean, if she didn't handle it, I guess I would have to handle it. But you do make a good point, and like, the best way to twist this would be he was standing up for his mom, which is a legendary move if it's true. So, yeah. No, it was, that's something. I mean, I know right away, like, I had a couple of people DM me and be like, Dusty, I think this might actually lock in his status as first overall. Like, people are going to love it. So if that's the story. So
if I'm an NHL GM, think about NHL GMs and what they're looking for in these guys. And listen, these young players come in as, like, hockey science robots. I mean, and the one thing that they're totally missing for the most part is, that level of toughness. Now, I'm not saying he's all of a sudden going to be a bruiser and in the NHL because of this, but I cannot imagine there's a single NHL general manager that thinks less of Gavin McKenna today than they did 3 days ago based on this incident. And in fact, I think this probably helps him in many cases. If what we're saying, if this was coming to the defense of his mother, this seems like a coordinated stunt to help make it in the eyes of the NHL GMs.
I made the joke last night. We were having a little bit of a watch party at Bossa Pizza, and I said Bo Callahan from draft day would have never stood up for his mother. That's it. Like, there's just no way. The guy was a absolute train wreck of a pick and ended up sliding a little bit in the draft. Hey, what do you think?
83 runner in chat. Did he make sound effects for his punches too? Remember that video last year of that fight on the golf course?
Yeah, with Tarnasky, Nick Tarnasky. Bam!
Yeah.
Bam! Hey, what do you think of the Panarin trade before we get to this NHL slate tonight? Then we'll get some Super Bowl stuff. And we'll look at the leaderboard for waste management. I don't know if you've seen it, Huss, but Matty Fitz 7 under through 9 to start today. So, yeah.
Yes, that's amazing.
Anyway, what do you think of the Panarin deal?
Well, I kind of felt for the Rangers a little bit because, and this is what happens when everyone gets a no trade or a no move. I mean, you back yourself into a corner. And I think originally he really wanted to go to Florida. Well, Florida's in no position. They don't have the assets and they're in no position to make a move to bring Panarin in right now. And their cap situation is iffy. So I think if he said the only team that he's going to accept a trade to is the LA Kings, I guess they got something for him. I mean, this kid that that's this prospect who is the 26th overall pick in 2024, Greentree. I actually did a little digging on him today. He seems like a bit of a like his numbers are really good in junior. Take that for what it's worth.
Yeah.
But he's a very feisty, aggressive player that a lot of those intangibles that I think that you'd like. The 3rd round pick that can become a second. I mean, whatever. This is what happens when you have only one potential deal. I was more interested in the contract that he got from LA. I mean, $11 million, a 2-year deal. I think that's sort of good business by LA not to make it a 3 or
like they didn't have to
deal.
commit $46 million to him, right?
And for a team that has historically had a tough time scoring goals, and especially as Anze Kopitar moves on after this year, there's going to need to be a bunch of guys. Now, Panarin's a little soft, and I don't know how committed he is. We've seen a lot of guys, hello PLD, go to LA and just be, I got my money, I'm in LA, and it doesn't really turn out. But the guy's a world-class player for sure, and the big question is just who's going to be running the ship center-wise for them, because you got Kempe, you got Panarin, you've got some good wings. Byfield seemingly has taken a bit of a step back.
Yeah, I thought, Byfield looked like he was about to pop, and then
he was awesome last year.
I know. I thought he was going to put himself in contention for like the Olympic team and stuff, and he just didn't happen yet this year. So big guy, big body, coming around
in the short term just for the deal. And again, I guess they got what they got the best deal that they could get given the circumstances. Their own fault for giving everyone no trades. But with Los Angeles being a point out of a wild card right now, they're one back. Wait, Utah won last night. They're 3 points out of a wild card.
They got a few games in hand, though, right? Yeah.
They have 1 game in hand on the Ducks. They're 3 back with 1 in hand. And they're 4 back of Utah with 2 games in hand. I think that this addition is going to be something that probably pushes them into a playoff spot. So I guess I'm buying Kings now with Panarin, at least for the rest of this year. And we'll see what happens the next couple of years. But it was an interesting one. I think I don't know about you. When I first saw who they got, I thought that's a little bit of an underwhelming return for a guy like Artemi Panarin, what we've seen.
And to get 50% retained too. Like
I didn't even know that.
Yeah, to get that much retained usually costs you the pick alone, right? So it was almost like Greentree for Panarin. And Greentree had over 100 points last year. He's like 6'3", almost 220. He's only 2 years removed. Like he was drafted in 2024. So
yeah.
But I thought it was a nice piece of work. Like you can't tell me the Kings aren't a better team today than where they were yesterday, right? Like I agree with you, Panarin's not the hardest of guys to play against, but he's got 89 points in 5 straight seasons. And I think the Los Angeles Kings could have used a goal here or there over the last few years. And he'll help their power play too, because he's a bit of a power play assassin. So, all right, NHL tonight, Huss. Let's dive into this, and we'll talk some Super Bowl stuff. And we'll take a look at that waste management leaderboard as well. Islanders and Devils tonight. Sorokin versus Jake Allen. There's all these teams wrapping up their pre-Olympic schedule. Bussey will start for the Hurricanes. Jonathan Quick for the Rangers. Vladar is confirmed for the Flyers. It'll likely be Ullmark for the Sens. Lions going to go for the Sabres. Shilovs for the Penguins. Justus Anunen for the Predators. Logan Thompson is unconfirmed at this point for the Capitals. Vasilevsky and the Lightning at home against Tampa. Vasilevsky will start. I believe Bob played last night, so Tarasov would likely go tonight. And then Aiden Hill for the Golden Knights, and unconfirmed at this point, but Forsberg likely for the Kings. So let's put together a quick little 3-gamer here, then we'll talk some football. Who do you like tonight, buddy?
Oh, who do we like tonight? By the way, damn Red Wings.
I know.
Had the first 2 last night. We were looking.
I saw they were down 2-0 at one point. I got a little pissed. I was like, damn it.
Yeah, I went to my local right after the game last night. I've trained these guys so well now, Dusty. You'll love this. Walk in. So you've been there. They've got the 4 big TVs over the bar. We had Edmonton, Calgary, Dallas, St. Louis, Utah, Detroit.
Just waiting for you.
LA Kraken.
Beautiful.
Like, they just know.
Saddled up to the bar. What'd you have? What was the beer? What'd you have?
I had a couple little brown jugs, and then I mixed in a couple Bud Lights.
I figured you had some Bud Lights. You never play pool there, though, eh?
No.
Because I got good pool tables there. It looks like a big pool.
Yeah, I'm facing the other way. Pool league on Wednesday, so there's a lot of people there. I don't deal with it. Don't deal with them. But yes, NHL tonight. I mean, how can we not keep riding with Buffalo?
I know. That's what I said. -125 at home. How do you not like the Sabres tonight?
I mean, this team and Lindy Ruff has them going right now. They're feeling good. Like, this is the team that probably doesn't want it to end. Is Tage Thompson on Team USA? He's got to be on it, right?
He was added this year. Yeah, it was. Who was left off? Caulfield was left off, and Robertson were left off. Tage Thompson's on it.
Unbelievable. Yeah. Jason Robertson not on that team is wild. The Devils are in tough shape right now. Is Jack Hughes out?
I don't think so. Let me check. Hang on. I'll give you the line combinations for the Devils right now. I do like to me, I like Buffalo, Islanders, Tampa seems pretty good to me, but let's see here. Hughes is not playing.
Oh yeah. Okay. I'm in on the Islanders.
Yeah.
And this is big. I mean, my guy Bones, the NHL's version of the Fixer, has the CBJ is 10-1 in their last 11.
Made it look easy.
And they've gone from last place when he was hired. They're now 2 points back of the Islanders with a game in hand in the Metropolitan Division. I know everyone looks at the wild card. They're closer to third place in their own division than they are the wild card. So the Islanders got to get their act together big time. This is a huge game for them. I'm definitely with you on the Islanders. Now, Tampa. Here's the thing with Tampa. Point's not playing. Cirelli's not playing. On the Panthers side of things, is Bennett going to play? Now they've got these. He's got the day-to-day number. Marchand. It's the weird thing because this game, like these, they're probably thinking, okay, I don't want to get hurt. I don't want to screw up the Olympics. But at the same time, they won last night, but in overtime. So they only made up 1 point on Boston. They're still 8 points back. Like, this is every single game is so huge for Florida if they're going to try to get back in this conversation.
So you're thinking stay away, or are you confident enough to actually get on the Panthers?
No, basically it's stay away. I just have a hard time thinking. I mean, I guess Florida did play last night.
Vasilevsky's been playing pretty well.
If we go Islanders, we go Buffalo. I mean, there's a couple other seemingly kind of easy games. Carolina, you know who else is actually playing some pretty good hockey lately is the Sens. Sens Flyers tonight.
They're the Sens are a favorite on the road.
they lost 4-3 to the Canes, but before that had rattled off 4 wins in a row, including wins against Vegas, the Avalanche, Devils, and Penguins. And then Philly, I mean, they're basically chanting to fire Rick Tocchet every night. I know they got that last win, but they had lost 4 in a row before that. What do you think of Ottawa?
Yeah, I don't hate Ottawa. You're right. Like, Philly has been free falling here. They've only won 3 of their last 10. They went on the road and lost to Columbus by 2, lost to Boston by 3. Yeah, I mean, I think I could put the Sens in this thing.
Like
we both really like Buffalo and the Islanders, right? If we put the Sens into it, it's plus 508.
That's right in our sweet spot, Dusty.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, that is.
Right there in our sweet spot.
Let's do that. Okay, I'm gonna send that one over to the guys. You want to bring up the waste management leaderboard, Huss?
I would love to.
Gotterup's right there too, eh?
Yes.
When I looked the first time I looked this morning, it was Fitzy in first and Gotterup in second. I was like, damn it, Huss is off to a roll this week.
We are rolling indeed. Matty Fitz 8 under through 13. And got her up 7 under through 12. Absolutely phenomenal. Thorbjornsen and Nikolai Højgaard are 5, along with John Vanderland. Not familiar with him. 4s, we got McGreevy, Pearson, Cootie, and Ryan Fox. Mac Hughes, the Mountie. Hughes, he's 3 under. But we need to go down a little bit. The most important bit of information, Dusty, is this. Scotty Scheffler 1 over par through 13 holes.
Oh, when I looked, he was 2 under through 8, so he must have fallen off here a little bit.
Let's see. Oh, well, so he was 2 under through 8.
I thought he was.
Yeah, bogeyed 18. He started on the back.
Yeah.
Bogeyed 1, doubled 2. And then, of course,
man.
got a birdie back. So, I mean, the only way, like, if Scotty's right there in, after 54 holes, you pretty much know he's going to find a way to win. You spot some guys 9 or 10 shots, then we got a tournament. So we're looking good.
Where's Si Woo? Was he late to tee off? I saw Nick Taylor was okay. Like, he was tied for 8th, I thought, at one point.
So he's at -1. You know what's crazy?
And Nick Taylor's at -1 as well. He's through 11.
Yep, there's Nick. Wyndham Clark. Kitayama, Sepp Straka, Ben Griffin. Kazire, Webb Simpson. Okay, here's Tony Fino. Yeah, I think Siwoo will have an afternoon. Vic Hovland's this afternoon. Xander Schauffele, Brooks.
Yeah, Kim's 12:55. Yeah, for Edmonton.
And Siwoo.
Okay, good.
Oh man, what a fun group that would be to follow. Siwoo Kim, Minwoo Lee, Ricky Fowler.
Oh, that would be I was waiting to see who you said the third one was. Ricky Fowler sliding in there. All right, so we'll keep tabs on that. I think we ended up getting a number around 15-1 yesterday on the top 20 parlay that we sent over to him. So hopefully a few of you were on it with that. Huss, let's dive into the Super Bowl. Let's put together our Super Bowl play of the day. Let me tell you one thing that I sprinkled today. I was just like some of the player specials, and there's a few that maybe I can run by you here, but some of the player specials that have popped up have been pretty good. And I went on kind of a long shot Darnold play, just thinking if the game script goes to a situation where the Patriots are kind of forcing them to get after it a little bit. I went, where is it here? The number was like plus 25,000. Where is it? It was Sam Darnold. Here it is. Yeah. Sam Darnold in the fourth quarter, 100 passing yards and a touchdown plus 25,000. So I put $10 on it, cashes out 25-10 if he has 100 passing yards and a touchdown in the fourth quarter. So I'm thinking, like, what if they're down by 10 or something going into the fourth quarter and Sammy Dart's got to let it fly a little bit here? Like at plus 25,000, I was like, how am I not going to get on this?
They don't even need to win the game.
No, they don't. Oh, no, and the Seahawks need to win. They do need to win.
Okay.
But, I mean, if Sam Darnold's throwing for 100 yards and a touchdown in the fourth quarter, they're probably winning that game. So,
Sammy Dart's hero ball?
Can you imagine a Sammy Dart's fourth quarter that cashes me $2,500 on a $10 bet?
God, I might even throw that 5K.
Yeah, just like that. You can find it, everybody, on the player specials page over there as well. By the way, tomorrow, if you are a lock shop enthusiast, first ever 2-hour lock shop in lock shop history to preview the Super Bowl, to give you all of our best bets, to dive into all sides of it. Myself, Huss, and a bevy of other hosts who have been on over the last year will be popping in. Matt, I want a glue guy. Might get Hernan wrangled in here.
Hernan?
Well, maybe. I mean, he bets more than I do, probably. He's become a bit of a degen. So we can maybe get his thoughts on it. You said you want a piece of the Latino heat. So,
I want to talk to Hernan. Yeah. I want to get his take on the game, and I want to hear what he's got to say about it. Pump the glue guy will be there. Yeah. I want to. Hey, when I know you guys were doing this party, pre-Mexico party. When are you going?
We leave February 22nd. It's the morning of the gold medal game. So we're all planning on getting to the airport before the game, setting up shop somewhere at the airport and watching the game, and then getting on a flight to Mexico. So
will the flight leave before the end of the game?
It is scheduled to leave slightly before the end of the game. Now, last night at our pre-party gathering, it was suggested to me that would a plane leave if 46 people refused to get on it? Or would it wait for like more than half the people who are going to be on the plane? And I was like, there might be only one way to test it. And just be like, we'll get on, but you're going to have to give us 10 minutes here. So,
and just people can watch it on the, where in Mexico are you guys going?
We're going to Cancun, just outside of Cancun, Planet Hollywood Resort down there. So
beautiful.
It's going to be good. They got a nice sports bar down there. The lady who's organizing the trip is already set up that we'll be able to have the Oilers games on and have like Oilers watch parties when we're down there and stuff. So, so that should be good. And then, I mean, if we're forced to get on wheels, I'll just stream it on my phone the entire time and we can cheer for the gold medal on the plane as we're taking off. But, I mean, there's also probably like a 40% chance the flight's delayed anyway. So we'll see how it goes.
The pilots are going to know what's up. They're just going to be like, oh, we've got a
that delay going over to de-icing here.
Minutes.
Yeah. So that'll be.
Is it the Hall of Fame nasties?
I mean, it was nice. Like I looked at the lists of like I think it's 46 of us. I looked at the list and I would say 30 of them are nasties who are like at all of our events. And then met probably about 6 people last night who are hardcores, who are pumped to come on the trip, but have never been to another event before. But like, I was just like, this is great to meet you guys. Like, this is fun. This is going to be a good time. And then there's the lady who's organizing it. Her husband's coming and they've got a couple of friends coming. And then last night I met this one kind of older couple that just likes to go on trips and saw it was posted and they're coming along. They like don't know who we are and don't know what it's about, but they seem like a pretty good time. Like the guy last night, he was actually he was drinking. We're at BP's. His wife had a fishbowl Caesar, and he had a fishbowl paralyzer going. And these people must have been in their mid-60s. And I was like, holy smokes, you guys are ready to go. Like this is gonna be a good trip. So yeah, it should be a lot of fun, buddy.
Wednesday night fishbowl fest. Love it. Yeah. Well, that's a good way to prepare for a week with you guys down in Mexico.
Yeah, it should be a lot of fun. Okay, Huss, so I've been looking through some of these, like all these player specials. And go ahead.
Has the line moved for you? I'm seeing 4.
Let me see.
Money line not moved. Spread 4.
Oh, I'm still seeing it at 4.5.
4.5. Okay.
What's the number on the spread? What's the I'm seeing minus 4.5 at minus 110.
Yeah, I'm just minus 4 at 110.
Oh wow.
And which is it, and I don't know whether this was just, I mean, I haven't really looked at it since last night.
You think it's a brief move to 4 and then back to 4.5? Or does it settle in at 4?
I kind of, because the money line hasn't changed from yesterday. This is just strictly, usually if the spread is moving, you might see a corresponding move a little bit on the money line, but that isn't the case. Anyways, just interesting to note if you're looking at Seattle, that's the half point, the total pretty locked in at 45.5 right now. Pick of the day though. Oh, actually, just as I say this, I see the money line did move.
It did move.
And it's strange. It moved in the favor of the Seahawks while the point spread went down. Explain that to me. From minus 227 to minus 224, you would think that if the 4.5 was moving, it would move to minus 5.
Yeah, that's backwards.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay, that doesn't make much sense.
I'm not sure whether there's a lot of Seahawks money line coming in and a lot of Patriots spread. I mean, if they are separate markets.
I want to talk about the Patriots. We don't have a ton of time. Patriots running backs. Okay, I saw this stat. And this is why I think maybe today we just make the Super Bowl play of the day. Ramondre Stevenson over 14.5 carries. Over the last 6 quarters for the Patriots, Stevenson has out-snapped Henderson 76-8. And he's out-carried him 38-7. Like they have, I'm not going to say they phased Henderson out, but they have been relying very heavily on Ramondre Stevenson over these last 2 games. And his number for just attempted rushes is 14.5. And I have to think, Huss, that, do you think there's a plot twist here and all of a sudden it becomes a Henderson game? Or do you think they continue to go with the guy that they've been feeding when the games matter the most?
I'm a full endorsement on this play.
Yeah.
I'm just pulling up his carries. He had 10 carries against the Chargers, 16 carries against the Texans, 25 carries against the Broncos. As the quality of defense went up, they leaned on him more.
Even more.
He hasn't put the football on the carpet.
Yeah.
He hasn't gotten in the last few games. I wouldn't be surprised. I actually kind of like him as a touchdown scorer in this game. I do think that he'll. So anyways, 15 carries. They will absolutely try to establish the run to help Drake May. So full send on that one. Over 14.5, like 15 plus carries for a Ramondre Stevenson. Love it.
Beautiful. What's coming up with WST, buddy?
Well, we'll dive into this final game of the first half, or whatever you want to call it, the pre-Olympic portion of the schedule for the Jets. Ken Weeb's going to join us. Also, we lost a legendary local former sports director here in Winnipeg, and Peter Young. We'll talk about his legacy and his career with Joe Pascucci, and we'll get into some more Super Bowl bets as well, and talk about the Olympics.
All right, buddy. We will talk with you tomorrow morning, 1 hour earlier than usual, as we have the first ever 2-hour Lock Shop. Can't wait. It's going to be a lot of fun, buddy. We'll talk to you then.
Tell Hernan to bring the Latino heat and some hot picks for the show tomorrow. I look forward to seeing you guys then.
There you go. That is us from Winnipeg Sports Talk. 2-hour Lock Shop tomorrow. So we're going to go 10 until noon tomorrow on the Lock Shop and then into the oil stream. So just an hour on the Hangout tomorrow. Matthew Iwanek cares about the Lock Shop so much that he's sacrificing an hour of the Hangout. Hashtag justice for the Hangout, I guess. Hernan, did you hear the request from Huss to get you on the 2-hour Lock Shop tomorrow? He wants some picks from the Latino Heat, and I said, since you probably bet more than any of us around here, you should probably be making an appearance on the 2-hour Lock Shop tomorrow.
I don't really make picks. I just kind of follow everything.
Oh, you make your own picks. You're you're 33% of the screw it. Let's do it. So you got that as well. Yeah, you might as well pop in with a couple tomorrow. Come up with Latino Heat's top 3 or 4 bets. We're going to have lots of time tomorrow. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Okay, sure.
Yeah.
I'll have to do a lot of homework tonight.
Just a little bit of homework. That'll be enough.
It'll be a lot.
I mean, we're each going to have 40 bets on this damn game. But we're looking forward to it. You can find the one that we just put up. I'm going to get it boosted. Over 14.5 carries for Ramondre Stevenson. It is minus 110. Hopefully the guys will boost it up to about plus 100. And that'll be something we can follow along at the Super Bowl, or wherever you're watching the Super Bowl, however you're taking it in. You can follow along on all this as well. All right, coming up, we've got 2 guys and a goalie for GS Construction with myself and Joaquin Gage. Lots to get to on these troublesome Edmonton Oilers right now, and I think we're going to rank the issues on the Oilers right now. Management, coaching, players, goaltending. How do you rank them as far as where the blame should be assigned for this horrible slide heading into the Olympic break? That's coming up. Thank you very much for joining us on Lock Shop. Best of luck if you're going to ride with us tonight. And we'll talk to you for the special 2-hour Super Bowl Lock Shop tomorrow. Take it easy.